Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us at Vine's fifth event of our festival here in Luklukay, or Crab Park. We're really grateful to be working on the Hamasquium, Skohomish, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations land and waters. And we're grateful also to be in this park, which is a home to many of you, and grateful that you are, being here with us. And we hope to be good guests in your space today. My name is Heather Lamoureux, and I am the artistic director of Vine's Art Festival. And I just wanted to say a couple things before I pass it on to Kat Norris, who will give us a traditional welcome. So for accessibility, there is an accessible washroom that is just been dropped off, so it's clean and usable. So feel free to use that. For food, we have Ingrid and Daniel have cooked some really delicious food, so please do get some at some point this evening. There's tamales, and I think it's watermelon fruit juice, some sort of fruit juice, but there's vegetarian and meat options. And then also to note that we have color communication tags, so they're stickers that are red, yellow, and green, and so you can stick those on if you would like to show your comfort level with communication with others. So green meaning I'm happy to talk to anybody, yellow meaning I will be talking to my friends, so don't approach me, and then red meaning I need space, so please just give me some space. We also have safe drug use supplies as well as Narcan kits over there as well if that is ever needed, and we also have lots of water and all sorts of hydrating beverages. So all of it's by donation or free, whichever works for you. And I'd also like to say that we would love if you shared if you have a phone and you want to share the work on social media, you can tag us at Vines Festival, and you can see our full programming there as well. And I'd like to thank our individual donors who support us to create free work and share free festivals, and they also, all those donations also go towards artist care funds, which are donations to artists for healing and emergency support. And I'd like to thank our funders, the Vancouver Foundation, Canadian Heritage, Canada Council of the Arts, BC Council and Gaming, City of Vancouver, Vancouver Parks Board, Hamber Foundation, the Leon and Kerner Foundation, Downtown Eastside Small Grants, and Dumb Instrument Dance, as well as Create a Stir, and Valley Tech, who is providing all of our sound. I think that's all I have to say. I'm going to pass it over to our MC for the evening, Erica, who is a two-spirited Cree trickster, shapeshifter, and a land defender who likes to help out around the fire. They are currently stationed within various frequencies on the unceded lands of Turtle Island. Their pronouns are they, them, but some call them unkti. They are a creative influencer. You may happen upon their radical art or hear their stories as you wander throughout the city. So thank you, Erica, for being our host this evening.
Just leave that somewhere.
Tanse Erica Masaskepo Kasika-san, Atakakupa Ochinia, Squamish Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam Hi. I also hold space for the idea that there's a concept that there may have been up to anywhere of 200 villages here, and that we might be on one where I don't know the name. I've appreciated such witnessings of land acknowledgements where the most recent one was from a George family that said that this was once a place where they would come and gather and frequently share in feasts amongst the different nations and villages that were here. And I also like that we still do that to this very day. Although we have some different looks what the land looks like, and we'll get into that later. But first, it does mean a lot to me to say these words for this person, to acknowledge us here on this land and do a land acknowledgement here. It means a lot to me to say that, because when you're not just acknowledging just the land, but you're acknowledging that a different law and a different nation and a different idea and a different way of life always and will forever exist here within those nations that I mentioned. So without further ado, I'd like to really welcome a beautiful elder of mine named Kat Norris. As an Indigenous person, I was just speaking to her, and I like to make bannock. And what I really like about it when I make bannock is that the only recipe I know is hers. So thank you so much, Kat Norris.
Hi, HKCM. How you guys doing out there? Oh, you sound so weak. How you guys doing out there? Woohoo! Anta Zukamawat, Anta Watswema. My Indian names are Zukamawat. Zukamawat was my great-great-great-grandmother, who was from Lax and Valdez Island. Some of you know where that is. And she was brought over to Musqueam. So I'm very related to all of Musqueam, especially the Point family and the Guerin family. Anthat Watswema, my grandmother, my dad's mother, was Forrest Nez Pierce from Washington State. She gave me her Indian name on the phone because she was getting older and she wanted to hand down her name to me. So I'm very honored to carry these names. And I brought my gift. Woohoo! I have a beautiful umbrella for the sun. And part of what makes me, can I use this one here? Hello, testing. Oh, there we go. So I am Coast Salish. What makes me Coast Salish? My Coast Salish hat. I carry a drum, have drum will travel. And to represent my grandma's side, I wear ribbon dresses. I'm a pow dancer and singer, but it's too darn hot. So it's gonna stay in my Valley Village bag. So I'm very proud to be Coast Salish, and just a little bit of education. The Salish territory runs from Powell River to Victoria, and then from the lower mainland all the way up to Osoyoos, and then down into Washington State, Washington, Oregon, Montana, and the westernmost parts of Idaho are all Salish territory. Our people used to travel back and forth. Our Salish people used to travel into Haida territory to visit and trade. And as we all know, things changed upon contact. And I'm very happy that things are changing. More people are learning about our real history, how we were very independent before contact, but how people like Duncan and MacDonald used words to make us look that we weren't educated, that we were not independent, that we were very dependent people that needed their help and protection, which we didn't need. A lot of people don't know about the reservation system still to this day, thinking that they're free land. We get accused of living on free land. But this land doesn't belong to us either. It belongs to us in spirit and through the laws of the land, but technically it belongs to the crown. So we don't have free land. People accuse us of wanting more and more, but what do we have? We have these reservations that we were forced to live on, that we weren't allowed to leave. It was against the law to leave. It was against the law for our men to go hunt to support their families. It was against the law to start up a business. You could be thrown in jail if you tried to start up a business. It was against the law to hire a lawyer. And there are so many more laws for our people, in addition to the regular laws of what's now called Canada. So we are a people that learned what we can't do. You can't do this, you can't do that. It's against the law to do. We couldn't educate our children. We couldn't teach our children our traditions and our language. We couldn't gather. It was against the law to gather like this to do teachings in our big houses and long houses. And then came the residential schools, because putting us on reservations didn't take away our teachings, didn't take away our mores and our knowledge of our rights. And we all know what happened in those residential schools by now. There are 5 times more missing little children than is being purported, because a lot of children were, their bodies were destroyed so that they could not be found. But that's not what I'm here to talk about, but I need to make sure that I spread this message so more and more people will hand down these teachings. You're coming here today. You're here in this sacred circle. When we open this in a good way, this becomes a sacred circle, and you're all asked to be witnesses to what happens today, to take back home to your families of what happened today. And I'm very thankful to Let's Hear for Vines Festival for all their hard work. And without saying it, they are practicing reconciliation, sharing with our people, inviting our people to share what they know and share what they've learned. I am Coast Salish, like I said, but I'm urban, so I represent the urban Salish community. Is there any other Salish in the house, or part Salish? Hey, Haichkasiem. So I'm very urban Salish. I'm very proud of it. 1981, I was one of the ones that battled for our people to do the openings for events. And but I'm related to Musqueam, but I wasn't born there. I'm related to relatives in Tsleil-Waututh, but I'm not from there. So that's why I do the land acknowledgement. If we're from here, this territory, born here, we do the welcome. So I just wanted to share that knowledge with you. I'm going to share a song. When we share our songs, we're telling a story. When we share our songs, we are bringing back our rights. We are calling our ancestors. When we sing our songs, we are awakening our ancestors, and they're here with us on this land. When we sing our songs, we're filling ourselves with pride, with medicine. Because whatever went into making that drum, parts of it are made from an animal, parts of it comes from a tree. They come from living things. So we believe that they carry a spirit, because our drums are blessed before we can use them. A lot of teachings come with just having a drum. So more and more people are getting drums. Non-Indigenous people are learning to make drums, making cedar hats. But for us, we want to ask you, and if you're not from this territory, you're making our cedar hats, all we ask is that you make sure you put your teachings into it. Ask what the teachings are. Put your medicine into it, and they're sacred things. So I'm going to share a song of this territory. It's called the Coast Salish Anthem, and I'm raising my hands to the George family for allowing us to share this song. And at this time, let's raise our hands to the beautiful people that belong to this beautiful territory. Without the strength of their ancestors, we don't know what would happen. We don't know what would be here. But their ancestors fought for what land is left here, and for the protection of land that are protected here. So we raise our hands to the Musqueam people. Hajkasiem. We raise our hands to the Tsleil-Waututh people. And we raise our hands to the Squamish people. A lot of great leaders, great teachers, and all of these three host nations. I raise my hands to them as well. Hajka. So while I'm waiting for my water, I'm a residential school survivor. I am 66 years old. Woo, woo, woo-hoo. Okay. I went to Keeper Island Residential School along with my siblings. My mother and father and my stepfather, they all went to the same school. I'm not going to talk all about it, don't worry. My mother tried to fight against us going, but it was the law in the 60s that we had to go. They came back a second time with that piece of paper. We were arguing at the door again, but my mother and my father were told, if you don't let us take your kids, we'll take them and never see them again. And you probably heard of stories of kids just playing down by the beach or by the river and being scooped up. It was good money to find kids and take them to these schools. So my mother, all they asked was that they were the ones who take us to make sure that nothing happened to us on the way. So when we sing our songs again, we're giving thanks to our ancestors, to our parents that are still alive for fighting for us, for our leaders, for our spokespeople. So a lot of prayer goes into every song, even fun songs. So I want you all to join me in singing this song. It's a Salish anthem. It's honoring the people of this territory. So if you don't know it, it goes like this. Oh, hello. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, hello. Elo. Oh, hey. Oh, hello. Elo. Oh, hey. Second part. Ah. Hey la ha ha. Hey la. Ah ha ha. Ah hey la ha. Hey ya hey. All together now. No, just kidding. Okay, so if you can all join me to honor this beautiful territory that we all get to live on, I am also very grateful. Oh, hello, hello, hey. Oh, hello. Okay, one more time. Oh, hello, hello, hey. Oh, hello, hello, hey. Hey la ha ha. Ha ha. Hey la ha. Hey hey. Oh, hey la ha. Hey hey. So just 2 minutes of your time. I'm Kat Norris. I'm Salish. I'm a grandmother, residential school survivor. 40 years of healing work. I started from having panic attacks, and I started getting counseling for myself. And I went on my healing journey. We call it the Red Road. But I had to do things because I was so quiet and so ashamed of my color and ashamed of being Indian. I was so quiet, you wouldn't even know I was in the room. But I always knew that I wanted to be a voice for my people. So I took assertiveness training. I took public speaking. I took theater with Spirit Song Native Theater. Also, I could speak for my people and defend my people when needed. So it took a lot of work to let go of the anxiety. Like a lot of my people, I'm diagnosed with depression, with chronic anxiety, and with PTSD. But I'm here to tell you can walk through it. You can walk through it. I walk with this every day. It takes me a while to get going outside my house. I'm always late if I have to be somewhere in the morning. But I get going. I tell myself, when I jump in the shower, I'm going to pray. I have my hot shower. Then when you turn on the cold water, that's when you're in prayer. Because I live in East Van, so I can't run down to the creek. So the cold water, that's my medicine. My grandfather said, you don't have to work hard to pray. You don't have to work hard to pray. You can walk down the road. Well, today it's a street. You can walk down the road, you're walking in the life giver. Raise your hands. So raise your hands like this. So see, that's, you're walking, it's a life giver. You can pray. You don't need to smudge. I use smudge. You don't need to use cedar or sweetgrass. You can drink a glass of water. You can pray. Water is a life giver. We give thanks, O Creator, Haitzkasiem, Nasiet, Nasiet, Ya. Hait Sapka. For this, all the gifts of creation. The ground that we walk on is a life giver. The air that we breathe, the water that we drink. There's so much to be thankful for. So when you're feeling down, remember the things that you can do. You can pray, you can talk, you can see, you can walk. So many things you can be thankful for, okay? Say okay. So thank you for listening, and thank you so much for inviting me again. I just love working with you guys, and OCM. Can I get an OCM? Can I get an OCM? There we go. I'm 66 years old. I can still dance. Love you guys.
Thank you so much, Elder Cat. And yeah, now we're allowed to have a show. So we're here today, and it's the Vines Art Festival. I think this is, what is the second or third event that they've been doing? This one is going to be called Our Homes, Our Stories. And I believe there's also a certain element to what's going on with like blue fences going on here, the current houseless situation. And so because we have been doing things like land acknowledgements, something that I've been walking with is a concept of this idea that I get to say things like I'm a person of the land. But the more and more that I encounter in this idea is that there are people that are actually sleeping on it. And those are the real people of the land for me. And so I'm really grateful to be here on this hill by your homes. And I genuinely want to appreciate that this is your house and this is your lands. That, yes, and I know that we can get into what's Indigenous and what's non-Indigenous, but that's what houseless peoples mean to me. And I do think houseless peoples do need to be raised in this, just this world, just in general. If I can say something like, the Indigenous people's rights of blah, 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 I think we can start saying things like houseless people's rights, because when it comes down to it, the thing that we often share within a colonial environment is displacement, and unfortunately that word that no one likes to hear, which is genocide. That being said, I'm really grateful to have somebody from the local camp here to come up and speak for a little bit. She's a wonderful person. I often come down here with my sweetheart, and we go down there, and we always love to come by and visit her. And she's always so grateful to open up her home to us and allow us to do stuff
I'm not necessarily going to talk about. We like to go out there and dance out in front of the water from time to time, and we like to have a cigarette, maybe smoke a doobie, have a nice conversation, if you will. And she's just a wonderful person to know, and so I'm so grateful to honor Suzanne Good Eagle. I apologize. I'll let you introduce your own nation. I know she's Blackfoot. We made sure that we aren't going to steal each other's horses, and that's why we're still friends. And so thank you so much, Suzanne Good Eagle. And she's going to say a few words, and I'm going to be with her for this here as well.
Okay, nismanang sukita biake. Nung tutuwa siksikawa. Nexista ita pohkome. Kigasa Pascan. Harry Good Eagle and the late Dickie Simpson. I've been here. I'm not quite sure how long. I've traveled throughout, but I've never felt so passionate about what I'm doing right now. You know, that there's so much going on in this world, and what today baffled me. There's a nest there, right? And we've been saying, okay, stop this, don't do that. But I got maced along with the bees, with the wasps. So my back at this moment is still burning, right? So I ask just for voice, for clarity, to understand. And instead of always right away pointing a finger or anything like that, I pray one day we could have a world round dance. And right now, I'm like, oh my goodness. I never took my tent down once. I started from over there, hey? This is Broad Billy. We started from on that side. We went right up to there, right around to there, to there. I'm like, don't. Ray says grandma, you know how grandma is. But I'm like, gosh. I'm like, don't be shaking my house. I don't go to your house and start throwing rocks at it, So I feel passionate about it because, at least a dent, or at least a pave, at least something to go through for a younger generation, for some things that I know we didn't cause them just like that, but just like I ran for princess once, and they said first, well, it was one of the questions, and I always remember it. For if South government goes through, what's gonna happen? I was like, well, for if South government goes through, it'll depend on the amount of education and capability to serve in a white society. Therefore, how are we supposed to do that? And afterwards, I'm like, as I grew up, I thought, how do we do that? How do we do that, And what are genocides and what are young, we all come from a red line. We're all red men. We have to stick together. We have to, if we reduce the fighting, and instead of fighting each other and pray for the enemy or pray for the one you don't like, I think the world would be a better place, you think? And instead of I'm reading this book, and it's really phenomenal. It's like homosexuality, like everything. And I'm like, wow. So now I want to start a book club here. But I don't want, I'm not fighting. I'm not trying to fight I'm not trying. I want to be able to make a dent, or for everyone to have a voice. It'd be awesome if Parliament or any of, and let us ask them questions. Because right now, there's a bee over there, a beehive. They came in and they maced it, wasps. And you know what the bees did? What the wasps did? They all covered each other, block on block. And they kept macing, and they maced my back today. The city of Vancouver maced my back today. I'm like, what? Why? Why? And then after that, there was a Diora bag that came rolling up on here. And everything was in baggies. everything. What did they do? They threw it in the garbage. You know, it's not them we need to fight. It's the city. It's the boss is here. You know? Never mind. Like the Rangers, they're doing their job, but they're doing what they have to do for paycheck, just like what we do every day. So I got to cut it short. Why don't we hit the big people and get Parliament here? Let us all have a voice. I always played the voice at the casino, and I always want to sing, but can I end it with one song? I haven't done everything. Okay. Anyways, one day I'll do it. Okay. I love you guys. God bless, and ikako komem.
Hi, Suzanne. And genuinely, thank you for your voice and all the dents that you make. We're going to do a lot more when we come down here. I am a volunteer that comes down here actively, and it is, for me, it's a thrill to go up into some of these state actors to come in and just let them know what it is. But it also gives me that grounding to know I'm also helping my relations here. So, yeah, give it up to anyone that's actually doing that that other frontline work, which is working for our houseless peoples, to make sure that they just get to do the same things we get to do, which is enjoy that sun that comes up and goes down. That's all it is. I'm really excited then for our next act, Dalannah, Gail, Bowen, Billie's Bllues. Dalannah, Gail, Bowen, and Michael Creber capture the music of Billie Holiday in a breathtaking set of Billie's compositions and original created to capture her life. Emotional interpretations that ring true to Billie's life journey and exceptional musicality, accompanied by Grammy-nominated keyboardist Michael Creber. Billie's Bllues is an excellent reminder of Billie Holiday's trials and triumphs in this song. I also know Dalannah from a number of different marches and some events I'm not even allowed to speak about. And so I'm really glad that we have such wonderful, powerful people here. Dalannah, are you ready? Are we good to go? I love you, Auntie. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, yes.
We're not doing Billie's Blues tonight. Just
We do that.
This one? Okay. All right. I'll let that person that has tech on it.
Sauce here.
okay. Okay. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be with us this evening. And I want to raise my hands to the organizers of the Vines Festival for their persistence in bringing us together in a good way. So we are going to do some blues. So I hope you enjoy it. Michael Creber is my piano player, and we're just going to go. Song. I just want to talk to you. I won't do you no harm. I just want to know about your different lives in this here people farm. I heard some of you about your families living in cages tall and cold. Some stay there and dust away past the age of old. Is this true? Yeah. Please let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. I want to talk to you. I have lived here before the days of ice. Of course, that is why I'm so concerned. I have come back to find stars misplaced and the smell of a world that burns. Yes, say the smell of a world that burns. Where do I purchase my ticket? Lord, I want a ringside seat. I want to know about the new Mother Earth. I want to see and hear everything. See and hear everything. See and hear everything. Go ahead, Michael. Of ice. And the cause that is why I'm so concerned. I have come back to find stars misplaced and the smell of a world that burns, burns, burns. Yeah, the smell of a world that burns. Where do I purchase my ticket? Lord, I want a ringside seat. I want to know about the new Mother Earth. I want to see and hear everything. See and hear everything. See and hear everything. 'Cause there's families living in cages, tall and cold, past the age of old. Listen. Thank you so much. Michael Creber on piano. We've been playing together for a while, so we're definitely family. And the more that you can connect with people and share yourself, we build this family of community, yes? What are we doing? Okay. I cried my life, little bit bouncy. I cried my... So I wrote my first song when I was 58 years old. I am now 75, and thank you. And, you know, it's a good life if we can endure. Here we go. I cried my last tear for you. It's been a long time coming. My whole world was upside down. Boy, you had me running. Well, I may not have nothing, thank God for something, my blues keep bringing me home. I've been around a long time, but not as long as some. And one thing I know for sure, a good life ain't easily won. No more time for fussing, thank God for something. My blues keep bringing me home. I've been around a long time. I know the things that don't work out right. I know that you and I, we've got some work to do. And no matter what I do, I ain't coming back to you. No more time for fussing, thank God for something. My blues keep bringing me home, yeah. My blues. Said I've been around a long time, but not as long as some. One thing I know for sure, a good life ain't easily won. No more time for fussing, thank God for something. My blues keep bringing me home. Yeah, my blues, my blues. My blues keep bringing me home, yeah. My blues keep bringing me home. Bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye. Thank you. Michael Creber, what's the next one? Okay, this song was on my second last CD. It's called Love by That Woman, and Michael just realized it's a story, sort of my love life.
I only asked the question. I don't know.
All right, doing. There once was a woman who loved her man right. She loved them all through the daytime. She loved them late in the night. There was nothing that she wouldn't do to find love's burning flame. And the way that she loved them, they never were the same. Since they were loved, since they were loved, since they were loved, yes, loved by that woman. Now one man is living in Alberta, even though he said he'd never leave her. She was his mother hen at home while he ran around the town Sad thing was that woman knew what the man was putting down. Now he's all alone, it's kind of a shame. He ain't never been the same. Yes, since he was loved. Ooh, loved. Since he was loved by that woman. Yeah. There was this man from California, and he thought he'd put a spell on her. He took her on trips, did fancy flips, and he even dug a well for her. He said, won't you marry me? There's so much that we can do. But he knew the way he got to her wasn't true, and so she never took his name. He had never been the same since he was loved. Ooh, since he was loved. Since he was loved. Loved by that woman, yeah. Michael. Michael Creber. There was this fine man from New Orleans playing in a great band. Was his means? He said, you're my first real woman, won't you take my hand? Meanwhile, spreading legs all over the land. She said, I can't live like this, I've given you my heart. He said, baby, when I'm with you, I'm yours, that's a start. She knew he would never stop messing around. She went back to her life. He kept spiraling down, and he ain't been the same. No, he ain't been the same. He ever been the same since he was loved by that woman. Listen, her first man was from Winnipeg, and it happened just before her first glimpse of fame. She left him to feed her wanderlust, even though he was the one man she could trust. And she wandered countries far and wide, learning about living with his songs by her side. At this line, she knows she understands. There ain't nothing like a good loving man, and nothing's been the same since she was loved. Since he was loved. Since he was loved. Loved by that woman. Loved and loved and loved by that woman. Loved by that woman. That woman. By that woman. Thank you so much. Thank you. What's next? Yes. Yeah, maybe. Oh, we could still do a live and well, yeah. So some of you may know me from the community. I have been an activist and supporter of residences for people that live in poverty and healing processes to help us be well. And I think it's so important that each of us stand up to injustices in this city and around the world. Everyone hurts if someone hurts. And it's time. It's just time. It's time for change. It's time for us to be conscious and in the moment for those who cannot stand up for themselves. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that. But do your best. Be the best you can be. That is a major contribution to this world and the state that it's in. So I raise my hands to all of you. My hope, prayer is that you are inspired to walk in a good way. Respect all living things. Aye, aye. All right. So this song is about the land. It's called Just Don't Like the Deal. You'll get the meaning. I've been thinking about my life and the plans that I made. Love to watch the way it seems to flow, and yet sometimes I stop, I hesitate. Things just don't seem right, not with this new view I find. Guess I just don't like the deal going down. Listen, there's trouble in the waters, trouble in the land and in the air. Everybody's talking about change, but it seems like talk, there's nobody there. You don't have to look far, you can help but understand why we just don't like the deal, Lord, going down. Well, there's a whole lot to lose if we don't take the time to see the signs. And everybody's got to choose. Lord, make up your minds. You know you don't have to worry, 'cause you're not alone. We gotta stand up, fight, get it right, if we're gonna save this land. You know this, I got mine and you got yours. Lord, it's over time and out of place. Look what it's done to this whole human race. We got to live and love together and save the land, 'cause we just don't like the deal going down. Michael Creber, go on, baby. Michael Creber. Yeah. Well, there's a whole lot to lose if you don't take the time to see the signs. And everybody's got to choose. Please make up your mind. We don't have to worry, 'cause you're not alone. Yes, people stand up, fight, get it right if you're gonna save this land. You know, this I got mine and you got yours. It's overtime, out of place. Look what it's done to the world and the whole human race. We got to live and love together. Take a stand, 'cause we just don't like the deal going down. No, 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 yeah. Just don't like the deal going down. Just don't like the deal going down. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. How are we doing for time? We could be done? Okay, we're done. Yeah, of course. I'd like to ask you to honor the piano player, Michael Creber. Thank you so much. And my name is Dalannah Gail Bowen. My prayer is that you walk away richer from this experience. Oh, my merchandise. I do, I never think of it. I do have CDs over at the table. Yeah. All right, all my relations.
Thank you so much, Dalannah, and thank you so much, Michael, for those wonderful compositions and that music there, and your gifts just in general, especially you, Dalannah. I never got a chance to say thank you once at Main and Hastings there, if you remember back in my butch days. I went and lit a fire right in the middle of the street for police brutality and houselessness, because I encountered a man that found themselves in an SRO and being free and found him instead, though, on the streets. So it ended in more brutality and more houselessness. But honestly, generally, when it came down to the arrests and stuff like that, that does go on when we raise our voices. It was a lot of your influence that made sure that when we say things like "Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe." You generally helped us keep us safe that day with what you did there and how you came down there. So thank you so much for Dalannah for your grace in this presence here. So. Our next act is, or our next person of talent is simply registered here as Dallas. Dallas was born in so-called Vancouver BC. She is Cowichan First Nation. She became interested in arts and early in life. Dallas is now active in her community in the Downtown Eastside of so-called Vancouver. Dallas is a proud mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. Please welcome Dallas.
Do you smell burning?
Grandchild, when you were just a little one, you lived here with me. This is your land. This is your home. Your mom, your aunties, and your uncle too all went to Cooper Island Residential School. There was nothing I could say or do. That's what my granny said. Your mama never came home again. To us, she never was the same. She married and moved to the Downtown Eastside Vancouver. One day the social worker came. She packed you up, took you away from your mom, your dad, and me. That's what my granny said. Your mama died in jail, down in the States somewheres. She's buried in a pauper's grave, unmarked. Your daddy used to visit me, but it's been a long time now. I heard he died in a car crash. That's what my granny said. Tears rolled down her soft, wrinkled face as she recalled her pain. We hugged, we cried for both our loss. Then she whispered to me, cedar, sage, and sweetgrass sang their sweet song for you to celebrate your journey home. That's what my granny said. Sometimes the whispering winds repeat her words to me. Cedar, sage, and sweetgrass sang their sweet song for you to celebrate your journey home. That's what my granny said. Every child matters.
Thank you so much, Auntie and other siblings, for that wonderful, honestly, it's ceremony whenever Indigenous people do something. I don't know how to say art when we do things. So I'm truly blessed to see that. Thank you so much, Dallas. Our next person of arts is Michelle Heyoka, Into the Forest. Michelle Hayoka is a singer-songwriter and mother of two. Hayoka's sound, or unique sound, is a mixture of smooth, angelic R&B melodies with an uplifting pop vibe. In 2021, she released her first body of work, For You, a 5-track EP that took listeners on a journey through her love life. Hayoka's music has been featured on the radio multiple times, been played on Sportsnet Hockey Night in so-called Canada, and had the opportunity to perform at the International Jazz Festival in so-called Vancouver. Keep up with Michelle Hayoka by following her on Instagram, Michelle Hayoka, and stream her music on all streaming platforms by searching up her name. And yes, that is a deadly name, Miss Hayoka. I once tried to identify as this name. They asked me to put my hand into a pot of boiling water, and since I'm contrary, I said no. So thank you so much, Michelle Hayoka. Oh, you're going to use this one, sorry.
Hi, everybody. I'm so grateful to be here today. I didn't know they were going to read out a bio, so that leaves me saying a lot less in my intro. But basically, let me reiterate that a little bit. So my name, yes, is Michelle Hayoka. I'm an Indigenous singer-songwriter based here in Vancouver, BC. I was raised here my whole life, and my relationship to the city is definitely a love-hate relationship because I've experienced so much growth and prosperity and success, and I've seen myself grow up, you know, from a little snotty-nosed kid to the person I am today. But then on the other side, I've experienced a lot of trauma and abuse and hardship and failure and fear and breakups. And Vancouver is so small that you can't really go somewhere without, you know, experiencing something in that place. And I was left with a lot of PTSD. And that's similar to my relationship with myself. I feel like I love so much of myself, but then there's also that shadow side that I've been trying to run away from my whole life. And I have ran away from it. I've literally ran to Toronto, Burnaby, Richmond, Surrey. I've lived in almost every city in BC. But every time I run, I feel like I just run back into myself. And if I meet new people, it's a different person, but the same soul. And it's just repeated experiences. So I'm at a point in my life where I'm really going within myself and learning duality, accepting my good side and my bad side, and learning to love the community and the city that I was raised in, because despite all the abuse and trauma and hardship, there's also so much beauty in this city. So this next song I'm going to be singing is called Running, and I hope you like it.
Whoa.
Thank you, everybody. So this next song I'm going to be singing is called Faithful, and it's about my relationship with men, which is 100% toxic every time. I am going to therapy, and I'm trying my best to change the things in myself that attract me to toxic, abusive men, but, you know, it's a journey. So when I'm dating people, they want me to be faithful, but it's very hard for them to be faithful to me, and that is what this song is about. It is called Faithful. Hope you like it.
La, la, la. He said he want me faithful, faithful, faithful. Yeah. He said he want a girl that's faithful, down on my knees where he could say so. Why is it that control got me going, fading? Baby, I just need some answers. You want this loyalty, but can you give it back? And can you love me equally? I don't know what's that now. I just want some love, trust, serenity. Baby, I am begging for some peace. Get up for me, faithful. Yeah, he want me so faithful. Down on my knees where you could say so. Baby, I want you, I need you, but you can't be faithful to me. Faithful, very faithful. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, 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 baby, so. So, yeah, 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 yeah. You say you want some love. Well, baby, don't you know that self-love is like a drug? I'm choosing me because when I chose you, yeah, you dig my hole so deep, and I know that it's true. Faithful, yeah, you want me so faithful, yeah, but you can't give me love, trust, loyalty. Yeah, you get up out for me. I just wanted you close to me, close to me. Faithful, baby, 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 faithful. No, 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 faithful, faithful, faithful. So your mama didn't raise you right. Okay, how is that my problem, baby? Fighting every night. I ain't not your mama, your therapist. Get that up off for me. I think I'm ready for them better days. Faith, 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 faithful. Faith, faithful. Faith, faith, faithful. Na, 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 na. I just wanna hold you close. Why do I forgive you too quick, and I end up hating myself? But that is my wealth, 'cause I will be faithful to me.
Thank you, everybody. This next song is dedicated to my son, Isaiah. I love you, baby. It's called The One, and my kids really taught me how to believe in myself. I spent a lot of time doubting myself and living in fear. And when I had children, I realized how pure we are when we come into this world. And raising kids, you realize you could also be as pure as them. It's fear and anger and doubt and abuse that really clouds up your vision. And when I was able to really like push everything aside, and what helped me do that is singing. And singing really brought out, I feel like, my true self. So many things clouded my vision and distorted my view and my mind. Mental illness came in, and I really had to decide who I wanted to be. And singing helped me release all that, you know, built up tension and help clear the view. So I'm super grateful for the opportunity to sing. because it doesn't just heal me, but it also heals my family. So this next song is called The One. I hope you like it.
Time's up, I'm starting to believe. Neo in the Matrix, I'm starting to see. I could bend bullets with my bare hands. I can manifest in a bare trance. Don't taste me, I'll plant my seed 6 feet deep. Watch it grow and grow. This I know, this I know. I could do anything I please. I could do anything, best believe. The sky is falling, but I still stand. The ground is rising, but here we are. And we are living in simulations in the Matrix, but best believe, best begin. The truth is within. I could bend bullets with my bare hands. I could fall in love in a bare trance. I can manifest the life I want. I could change up this simulation, baby. You give me wings. Why? 'Cause you are my love, trust, drugs. I know that it's up to us, up to you, up to love, up to us. I'm the one, you the one. We are flying, getting high in different dimensions. I look up to the sky as wise. Look into my heart, no, I could do anything that I please. Happiness, what a fraudulent goal to achieve, 'cause I'm rolling in everything that I've been through. Magic fills my head, and here we go. The one. I'm done. Here we run, yeah we go. Let's flow. Yeah. I know. Time's up. I'm starting to believe. Neo in the Matrix, I'm starting to see. I could bend bullets with my bare hands. I could manifest in a bare trance. Don't test me, I'll plant my seed 6 feet deep. Watch it grow and grow. This I know, this I know, this I. We are destiny. We are beauty. I know we grow. I know. Yeah. Time's up. Here we are. Time's up. What do you choose? What do you choose? Choose life. Choose life. Choose life. Live it right. You are the one.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So this last song I'm going to be singing is called Grassroots, and it's my relationship with nature. Every time I feel like things just don't make sense, I go into nature and I take off my socks and I put my feet into the grass, or I go into the water, and immediately I feel so grounded and I feel so safe. And I feel like for so many years I didn't feel safe. And coming back to nature and coming back to myself has been such a treat that I give myself, and I suggest everyone do that. Nature truly is super healing in so many ways. So this is Grassroots. I hope you like it.
Feel the spirits as I heal my traumas. I find peace within. I found peace in nature, in the clouds, in the sky, in the water, in the rocks, in the sand. And finally, I feel at home. Finally, I feel free. Thank you, everybody. So my last song is going to be an a cappella with a drum. I am from the Mizo tribe, which is a tribe in India. They're not originally from India. They immigrated there quite a while ago. And there's a lot of mystery within that tribe. People thought they were Asian, maybe Filipino, Thai, but they never really knew. When I did a DNA test, I found out that they're Chinese and Native. So they're actually from Canada, but I don't know what tribe in Canada are they from. So a couple of years ago is when I did the DNA test, and when I found out that I actually am Native, I started digging into Native culture because I wasn't raised with any type of culture, religion, we didn't go to church, and I was pretty distant from my parents, so it was really just me raising me. And coming back to myself and learning about home and where I was from through my DNA has been a massive journey, because a lot of the Native culture in Canada is what they practice back in India. I only went there when I was a baby, so I don't remember. But I'm now communicating with my tribe and learning about the beliefs, the values, the culture, and it's really making me feel so much more secure and at home. So I'm so grateful to be here on these lands, learning, growing, evolving, and coming back to who I really am, you know, coming back to my ancestors, coming back to the truth. So I just started learning how to drum. I'm gonna be singing a song, a chant, a prayer with this drum. I hope you like it. This is my last song. It's been such a pleasure to be here. Thank you guys so much. Fading fast, my reflection diminishes in the past. I am no longer nothing in the wind. Fall away, please let me in. God, Creator, Allah, I'm begging, asking for forgiveness, asking for guidance into the future, into the past, into every timeline. Make this last. I do not run away from the truth. I embrace it wholeheartedly. Do you? Do you? Do you? I do not run away from the truth. I embrace it wholeheartedly. Do you? Do you?
The truth no more burns, scars on my body, but still I'm torn, torn by the truth, torn by the lies, torn by everything that's inside. Finally, I accept me for me. What peace, what serenity. I am now free at home, floating in the sky with my ancestors, my spirits up high. Pain no longer chokes me at my neck, holds me hostage as a prisoner. I am now me, free, finally to be. I do not run away from the truth. I embrace it wholeheartedly. Do you, do you, do you? I do not run away from the truth. I embrace it wholeheartedly. Do you, do you, do you? Thank you. So again, my name is Michelle Heyoka, and you can find me on all social media at Michelle Heyoka, MICHELLEHEYOKA. Also, you can find me on all streaming music platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, same name, at Michelle Heyoka. Also, I am currently wearing one of my shirts that I make. I make my own shirts by hand, and these are for sale. So if you guys want to help support me, all the money made with these shirts are going straight to my first album that I'm creating. The shirts are $40 and the kids' shirts are $20. So if you want to buy them, just come up to me. Accept cash and e-transfer. Again, thank you guys so much. I'm so happy to finally be performing. This makes my soul so happy. I hope you guys enjoyed my performance. Have a good night.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for your wonderful gifts that you brought here today and those wonderful stories that you were telling. And I think it's all suiting and fitting that as you were playing your hand drum there, the sun was setting over there on this our unceded Turtle Island. Next is Mildred Grace German, featuring the creative and experimental sound art, spoken word, choreography, and visual arts ceramics by so-called Filipino and so-called Canadian multidisciplinary artist Mildred Grace German. The taboo of ocean cleaning wishes to particularly reflect on our struggle for clean water and other life necessities, including labor as continued high-demand commodities, yet they are taken for granted. Please welcome Mildred Grace German.
How tall are you?
Thank you for coming to this event. First, I would like to thank the creator for giving us this opportunity to come together. And also, I would like to thank everyone for coming. Thank you to the Vines Festival for this wonderful opportunity. My name is Mildred German. I'm a multidisciplinary artist born and raised from the Philippines. I come from the southern Tagalog and Waray region in the Philippines, hit by climate change. In 2013, the Super Typhoon Haiyan affected the area with nearly 10,000 dead. And through that, the United Nations have decided to finally consider that the devastation of the Super Haiyan that affected the Philippines, the Super Typhoon, is a testament to the climate change crisis. But now that they adopted the Paris Agreement, because the delegates finally considered the climate change crisis as an issue, but now that it hits its 5th year, this year, reports are that no countries, no UN member nations have reached their goals to do for the climate crisis. So this performance is dedicated to all the nations fighting against the climate change crisis and the devastations, and also the sovereignty of their territories. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity.
Water is life. What is life? Water is life. What is life? Water is life. What is life? Water is life. Water is life. Conquer my thirst. Conquer my thirst. Conquer my thirst. Soothe the drying throat. Conquer my thirst. What a wonderful world. What a wonderful single drop of water that flows to the rivers, to the seas, to the oceans, to cover the earth, to sustain life. We are given this paradise, this beautiful earth, with all its goodness and grace, and all the wonders of the universe that is beyond. From clean water to clean air, to the ground we lay our heads to sleep and heal. The green fields and forests, all the nutrients that nourish not only the body but also the soul. In every drop of rain, in every form of clouds, in every sip of water, conquer my thirst, conquer my thirst, conquer my thirst. Soothe the drying throats, the baby's cries, every breath we take, every heartbeat, every drop of sweat and blood and hard work. Water is everywhere.
Water is life. What is life? 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 What is life? What is life? The greed. The greed pollutes what is good. The greed corrupts the earth, plunders the earth. The unbearable greed of power. The pollution around opens our eyes to the actions taken. The overwhelming distraction, the overwhelming oppression, the overwhelming attacks against marginalized sectors, the wars against nations, the hunger to live by, from oppression after oppression, to the massive flights of forced migration, to the impacts of family separation, to the impacts of wars. Without nothing to eat and drink, untimely death. We bear the question, where is peace? We bear the question, what is peace? We bear the question, will there ever be peace? We use water to heal. We use water to cleanse. We use water to make amends. We use water to express our souls. Swim in oceans with other living things. There are fish, sharks, whales, turtles, and more. We swim not as one, not alone. The vastness of this sea with many, many more. Many more we do not see. We see the living and the non-living. We see what we see and there are more we do not see. We are connected by the oceans, like the lifeblood of our planet Earth, like the womb of our mothers, and all the streams, and all the life forces. Water, water is life. What is life? Water is life. What is life? Water is life. What is life? What is life? A body made of water, with veins so red that flows to a red heart, to a heart so battered and repeatedly hurt. We are products of industrialization. What is life? Water is life. What is life? We are products of industrialization. What is life? What is life? What is life? Water is life. What is life? We are products of industrialization. What is life? What is life? What is life? Water is life. What is life? We are products of industrialization. What is life? What is life? Conquer my thirst. Conquer my thirst. Conquer my thirst. Soothe the drying throats.
ng sakdal dilag, ang dimag nasa makaalpas. Pilipinas kong minumutya, pugad ng luha ko't dalika, aking adhika, makita kang sakdalaya.
Absolutely mesmerizing. Thank you so much, Mildred. Yeah, I'm a little mesmerized. I don't know if you saw that flock of geese just come in randomly. Shh, flock of geese. I love that. As a quick little icebreaker, what's more important, water or possessions? Water or possessions? When I say water, you say is life. Water? Water? When I say land back, you say, or sorry, when I say land, you say back land? Land? And we're not asking for it back, we're taking it because existence is resistance, and I'm still here. Thank you. Yes, and all my relations as well. I'm really excited to bring in this next guest, one of our, I just simply know as a real powerful, deadly downtown auntie. But we've got listed here for Ganarji O'Sullivan. Ganarji O'Sullivan was a delegate from the community radio CFRO in Vancouver, or so-called Vancouver BC. Sorry, I'm Indigenous. I'm not going to say these words. And a member of the Aboriginal caucus of the NCRA. Among her vast work in the media, she has developed the national radio called Resonating is Reconciliation, which resulted in a 26 half-hour documentary series about residential school survivors and their families, airing nationally on stations across the country. She developed Red Jam Slam, a series to raise the profile of Aboriginal music in so-called Canada through live performances and broadcasts. O'Sullivan has worked at an overdose prevention site and acted as an elder for Guildford High School students, along with her years, wait for it, work coordinating in the heart of the City Festival, Spring 2021. O'Sullivan will be doing Late Night with the Savages, watch out, live on Red Gate TV, also to be played on CITR and Co-op Radio. Again, powerful downtown auntie. I know her as somebody that comes and regularly makes sure that folks like our houseless community, like the Downtown Eastside, like all people that need to have a voice, and she's always sharing it on all her various social media platforms, and even lets me have a voice and square obscenities at the local state officials. So thank you so much, Ganarji.
Hi, everybody. I'm really glad to be here and to lend a voice to the Vine Festival. Yes, it's true. I'm a radio broadcaster. In fact, I've interviewed almost everybody that's been on this stage tonight and today. So like Erica Grant and Dolores Dallas, Anthony Favel, all the players. So what I did is I've been really deeply affected by the residential school findings of the mass graves from one residential school to another across Canada, right? And I found that something that I've been feeling very committed to is the idea of Indigenous law or no law. Because I feel like we've been failed by the healthcare system long enough. We've been failed by the judicial system more than enough. They'd rather arrest us than serve or protect us. Their laws are not working for us. So I built that. I got help from Heather to build this canopy, and Gary Oliver, he designed the front of the big house from our Alert Bay big house. And it's called In This Big House. And in that big house, you will find 3 installations that are done by films that are done by me. One is called Unsettling, which explored the residential school agreement. The other one is called Demolishing Grief, where I got to witness firsthand as Alert Bay Indian Residential School was being demolished one brick at a time. But the one thing I liked about that experience is rather than living in the grief, we went straight to our big house and we did a blessing ceremony. We ate and we feasted together. We took care of business. We took care of ourselves. So even though that kind of looks like a treasure box, it's really supposed to represent a big house, which is usually longer than that. And this is just part one of our experiment. We wanted to reinforce a visual that what we need right now is a ceremonial house, not a healing lodge, not something that is all clinical and run by non-native people. We need a ceremonial house, more than one in this city, so that we can begin to heal and to begin to exercise our right to self-determination, our right to self-governance. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is if we have big house structures like this. And I'm going to read you this poem. It's long, bear with me, but I don't want you to forget about the rising numbers of children who are being found in mass graves. There are over 6,000 now. It started at 215 plus. You're going to need some counseling once I'm done with you. Are you all ready for this? Okay. Just remember to breathe. Residential school survivor indeed. I am one of the ones who have survived, who did not die, did not fall on my face to death. I did not die hanging from a tree or hanging from the beams. I did not die. I did not die flat on my back. I did not die. I did not die with my insides out. I did not die. I am not 6 feet under. I am not in the spirit world. I am not your ancestor or your spirit guide. I am alive. You cannot find me between residential school walls or in the floorboards or in the nearby stream or my skull in the museums. No, this is not a dream. A residential school survivor now meaning one thing. I survived. I am so-called alive. Like a residential school survivor, I feel and I cry 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 because I'm a residential school survivor, living in anger, still being a bitching trauma mama that I am. I am a survivor, trying to remember. It might have been September. Maybe it was in the freezing rain. Might have been in the freezing rain in December. No one can recall. They won't say, they won't tell, they won't hear. They live in fear. Residential school survivors still alive, getting strung along, pretending. pretending like the yesterdays never happened. Over and over again, pretending mass graves from one residential school to another, from province to province, politician to politician, was all in our heads. A residential school survivor indeed. It's not all in my head. There's blood on your hands, blood on the crosses you bear, blood on the beads that you brought over here, blood on the children you buried, disregarded like garbage. Children that lost and that are now found in the ground, like your forbidden histories uncovered. There is blood everywhere. A residential school survivor indeed. We bled down there way, way before our times. Brought down to our knees. A residential school survivor indeed. One who has no doubt about what Canada did and how it is a sin. Sorry, princesses, princes, queens, and kings. And not to forget the RCMP. Time to tell Canada what Canada did. It's a sin. Quit pointing your filthy fingers at each other, playing the blame game. Never mind, as they say, you'll get yours someday. 'Cause that is what karma is. No matter. It's just a matter of when. It is how it is and always been. You know this and so do I. You can't lie. Proven guilty now. Caught red-handed. No doubt about it. Caught. Canada, you got caught with pants down once and again and again and again. Unforgiven, as nice as you seem. Must have been hiding something. Worldwide, we got evidence on Canada's dirty, tiny, dirty, tiny little secrets. Ones that keep rising. Today, another mass grave, while churches burn down, sacred fires lit, tiny shoes live on. I invite you to go check out my installation piece, which is my effort to reinstill some of my own culture in the city. You'll find the 3 residential school short films that I did with Gary Oliver, my youngest daughter, Grayson, and a film I did called The Power of Prayer, because I do think we need to believe in something, especially everything that's happened. So I'll just leave you with that and say peace up and thank you.
Thank you so much, Ganarji, and yes, special recognition to anyone that I get to know as ancestor or my relations. Appreciate existence is resistance, but it's 150 years, and yeah, some days it's just, well, you have to get to live with effects like genocide, but it's comforted by the fact that so much of the battle and the fight of existence of resistance is knowing that we all get our teachings from somewhere, and it's those people that have been fighting for those past 150 years plus that are doing that kind of good work by making sure like things like, hey, trans women are not a liberal talking point. They, them, it's been here since time immemorial, same with Two-Spirit. And that's what helped ground me when I wake up in the morning and I decide to go and take a mic and say things like, I'm not gonna wear makeup today, it's no makeup challenge day for me today, is that affirmation for me today. So thank you to all my relations that continue to bring those teachings and heal with us. Our next person of arts is Erica Grant. We share a first name together. That should be fantastic. And her son, Duncan Martin, began the Downtown Eastside response team at the start of COVID to ensure that Downtown Eastside residents had access to hot meals and hygiene kits. Erica and her team continue in Duncan's memory to provide care, respect, and dignity to the community. Recently, Erica was given a letter from colonialist leader Mayor Kennedy Stewart, thanking her for initiating the Downtown Eastside response team that has provided over 20,000 meals and hygiene kits to people in need in the Downtown Eastside. And so please welcome Erica Grant. And genuinely, if somebody hasn't said to you from My Relations, thank you for everything that you do for My Relations. Thank you, Erica Grant.
I'd first of all like to start with thank you for the honor of allowing me to take part in this festival. Heather, last year when I took part in the Wine City Festival, Wine Arts Festival at Strathcona Park, my daughter was with me. I was blessed with 6 children, 1 daughter, 5 boys. And my daughter, anytime I was gonna cook or anything for anybody, my daughter was always there. My son, Dakota, has now stepped up to the plate to help me. Last year when I gave my thank you message, it was I shared that I had lost my son recently, and now this year my daughter, my children both died within 10 months of each other, and there's one, I wrote this thing that I had put on Facebook. And I have this message to share with you that, you know, there are a lot of hurting people down here. A lot of hurting people. You don't know how deep their hurt is. And I think it is so important that we treat each other with respect, that we walk softly because, you know, in our culture, death is spiritual. And when you're walking through that valley of grief, you know, you tread it softly. And too many times we're taking things for granted. And I think we need to show a lot more respect for each other. When I first started writing this, I was kind of angry, but then I realized, you know, 2 wrongs don't make a right. But do you want to know what it is like to lose a child? Sit down, because this could take a while. At first you are in shock. and then you are in denial. And pretty soon, reality puts your emotions on trial. You lose so much, but the first you lose is your smile. To others, you may seem okay, but in reality, you are not. The grief that you feel is only the start, because your child now lives only in your heart. You treasure each picture because that's all that you have. You cling to memories you thought you forgot. You know your life will never be the same. You pretend things are okay, and you try to hide your pain. You just want someone to mention his or her name, so you can imagine that he is beside you again. Sometimes you feel like you are going insane. You still feel alone, even when you're in a crowd. Others can speak of their children of whom they are proud, but somehow mentioning your child isn't allowed. Your child's memories are hidden under grief's dark cloud. You just want to mention their name out loud. With each day you are reminded of all you have lost. And how much your loss has ultimately cost. Your child's hopes and dreams have just been tossed. So before you judge, just keep your fingers crossed that you never know the pain of a child's loss. You hold back tears because they would be a stream. You cry every day, but you really only want to scream. My child mattered. How can you people be so mean? You pray for a visit or a vision in the form of a dream. So before you tell me some overused, silly cliche, like she's in a better place or things are better this way, think about what you're about to say. I really mean it when I tell you that I hope and I pray that you never know how I feel each and every day. I have never ever sang a cappella, so normally I have my partner beside me, and I was gonna back out when Heather asked me. I thought about it a while, and I'm doing this in honor of my children. I'm doing it in honor of all the lives we've lost down here. And just in the past couple of days, I lost my cousin down here as well. And I'm not Cree, I'm Nishka, but the song I'm going to sing to you is in Cree. When Stand na nepeyan ikwame mamesen kese watin Jesu ikwame Behoyan, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. Kechekase, what is the wind? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Auntie. I'm really honored to hear those words and to, I can honestly just say that when I'm at the lodge and we go and we tell and we orate struggles, because there's so much craft and so much care into those words, we can only accept them and truly recognize them as a gift. And so thank you, Erica, today for that wonderful gift and for that wonderful song as a Niska singing a Cree song. I'm Cree, I'm Neheyao, and I myself often have thought about wanting to go up there and travel. I hear there's some wonderful grandfather rocks that have been thrown out of the volcanoes there, and they form perfect hollow circles. And they're not even, I believe, a smudging culture, but they have this wonderful stuff called arnica. And so thank you for that gift, and thank you for being here. The last act that we have up here is one Makita Martin. This person, while they look like an ally, they are also Indigenous, and so that makes them super deadly as far as I'm concerned. And I also know this because we've been on many different missions together. The one that really stood out in my mind when we were hanging out there was we were up at a little corporation CEO place of Leadcore named David Letty. And I can't go into what I said at David Letty's place here because we're trying to be respectable here. But I'm really grateful for this person that she was there with us. And we were there with our nieces. You sometimes know them as the Braided Warriors. Though those people aren't here, I don't think. But yes, it's truly an honor to announce this other deadly auntie, Makita Martin. Makita Martin comes from a musical family, sang in her younger years in a gospel group called the SOS Singers out of so-called Brantford, Ontario. I'm looking forward to sharing some improv, original, and covers with those in attendance. I think you were writing this to us. All right, joining me will be Ethan Rivas, my middle son, and special guest who I'll introduce on the day. I'm doing your intro here. I hope that's okay. Luca, Huska, and other local artists have been invited. See you soon, and blessings to all. We are bringing some jazz, funk, rock, and roots here. Makita Martin, again, Deadly Auntie. Truly, genuinely excited, and thank you, yes, young man, for coming in and helping your mother out. I heard there was some struggles. Thank you so much.
Now we're gonna lead in with the music, because you heard enough about me. What's that, Lightning?
Yeah, that's good.
You good?
Yeah, we're good.
I'll do a quick intro. I used to do track. I was an anchor. Ran into the steroid line of athletes. I'm 57 years old, so did some track meets with Ben Johnson and company, and refused to take that route. I'm a champion who believes in honoring your integrity, having the opportunity to represent this nation and on my culture on an international level. At a young age, it taught me some responsible to truth. I raised my kids that way. Sometimes people don't like what I have to say. But diamonds are born in the rough. Ethan means the firm one. So I'll let you open up the show, son. I'm about to pass the torch. So this is what I would come home to at 5 a.m. blasting through the hallways, getting noise complaints in the house of funk. Like we like to groove, but you can't be waking up a neighbor with a concrete wall.
If it's too loud, you're too young.
Oh, if it's too loud, you're too young. That's not mine. He said that. Zimmer, let's bring some funk to this place. Funk reminds us that we have to give into it sometimes because it gets kind of heavy.
Yeah, right?
Let it flow through you, be a filter. So we're about to pass the mic down to my young G here. Wesley, let's talk like we do at my house. Come on. I said, what you
That's why.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you shoot it on the playground?
Yeah.
Do you shoot it in the house?
Yeah.
Would you shoot it at a mouse?
No.
That's right, son. That's right, son. Your mama raised you right.
Yeah.
Is she my favorite neighbor?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's getting closer to bedtime.
Yeah.
That's right. So tell the audience what? Good night. Good night. Give it up for my homeboy. Right? Right?
Yeah.
I said make my funk be fun. I want my funk done cut top. I said make my funk be fun. I wanna get funked on. I want the vibe, I want the be fun. Before I get funked up, I want the vibe, I want the be fun. You know I want the bomb. Now, welcome to station WEFUNK, y'all. Or deeper still, the mothership connection. Home of the extraterrestrial brothers. Dealers of funky music. P-Funk, uncut funk, the bomb. Alright. Now that was a groove that my mama gave me. Learn how to speak the vinyl. We did a scratch mix on the reel. But now my kids teach me that digital can bring on the groove. Ethan, give me a little something. Dance or die. No need to question why. You better dance or say goodbye. Why wait to celebrate? One trip. This ain't no dress rehearsal, but I must admit I tried a few outfits on. My arms taught me, shake your groove thing, shake your groove thing, shake your groove thing, suck it to you, baby, give me. Woo! Now I can't go too much into it with my son on stage. I'm not that kind of mother, but I'm so glad the cameras didn't exist in that time. What did she say? Oh, nothing, Auntie, nothing. How about a little gospel for the house?
Sure.
How about a little gospel?
What do you want to do?
I got you.
Okay.
I'm going to introduce you to my grandfather, James Alexander Johnson, a proud man from Preston, Nova Scotia, Nouvelle-Écosse. They met us on the way because we were already there. They didn't find nothing. Seriously. So glad to have the opportunity of my elders giving me history that I was robbed of in my anemic miseducation. You can't stop the truth, even if it's covered in chocolate like Baby Ruth. Put in fluoride and neurotoxins in our water. are here to guide them until they pass to the next level of ascension. Give them room to breathe, fresh water to drink, pure food and the opportunity to grow the food they eat. There is more than enough on this planet. Janet, damn it! The toxins they put on us every day is nothing but greed. Where a God is void, if we can't see as people who pray to a higher power of their understanding, stop the insanity. Own your contribution without guilt. Pray for the future for our children. We have lost so many. We are here as guardians to elevate this place to what we know it to be, a land of greatness and opportunity, equal for all, sentient beings all. Rise up! Stand tall! Don't wear guilt on your shoulders. Shake it off. And stand with the people you call neighbor, you call friend, and love them. Heal together. It's the only chance we have to see our children live out the truest potential of their ability, to share the truths we share with them, no matter how painful. Erica, I lift you up as always, my sister, my neighbor. I hold you in my prayers every day. You have done so much and have gone through so much, and yet you stand as a pillar of the place we call home. God, Creator, Yahweh, Jehovah, I don't care who you call this nameless. It is written, be humble, be kind, be loving, be gentle. We all suffer, born into pain. Let's go out with lightness in our heart, knowing we did our best to rise above all things, immeasurable things beyond our understanding. Show compassion and get your groove on.
Get your groove on.
We have fun in our living room. We live there. That's the space we have to do the best we can. Even when he forgets to push record. And I tell him, put the pipe down. Weed pipe down. You know, it's medicine, but it's a weed. What's up? The new groove. Lead me in.
Show your power. Show your love. Shine on. Oh, you silly woman. Shine on. Love is the power. Love is the power. Love is the power. Love is the power. Shine, shine, shine. Oh. Love your brother. Love your sisters too. Now is the time. It will come to you. You've got the power. You have got the power. Change it. Change it. You got the power to change it.
Changes do. You gotta keep letting it move through ya. You know what they say, smart or die. Because if you don't move it, it'll move ya.
You got the power to change it.
Every day you awake, you have the mind, the place, the opportunity to change. I'm not here to preach, just sharing what I've picked up along the way from the paths I've crossed.
Love is key. Love is the key. Change it. You got the power.
It said Jesus loves the little children, all the little children of this world, red and yellow, black and white. They are precious in his sight. Jesus loves the little children of the world. Rise up.
Got the power. Change it. Change it.
How apropos. Where we going with this? A little 70s blaxploitation movie-esque. James Brown shot my car tire. What? Payback? Payback. 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 That's where I'm at. You know, she took my honey and took my money and called me on the street where everybody who I meet knows. Only reason I'm on the street is to feed somebody, not steal a man. So, sold me out for change. Said they had it all arranged. Well, alright. Cause where I come from, the freaks come out of night. I just got my nail done. I know where you live, bitch. Cause I'm Rick James, bitch. Grandma, can you believe marijuana is legal now? Oh no, all over the house. All over my carpet. On the kitchen table, if you will. You can get in and pill for it. Oh no, they can even take the cannabinoids out. No, rabbits are awesome. No more pharmaceuticals. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I miss you, Nana. I was raised by my grandparents. My grandfather comes from the Mohawk Nation of Thanagenia. They call it Brant Ford. Awarded as a gift to bring genocide on my people. They do it still. 70% of the water in that nation is not potable. Children are getting dental caries because they don't have access to clean drinking water with a food bank full of sugar water. Another attempt at genocide. It still continues, and we block, and we talk. That's my Mohawk side. Praises to my ancestors in Nova Scotia. Micmac. My grandma from the Carolinas. Arawak. To all my grand folks in Michigan. Plains Cree, I salute you. I am grateful for the teachings that I hand down to my sons. I'm a bear mom. I'm a proud mom. And I will die to protect the future for my children. Don't poke the bear. We've been under attack. They shoot us at our feeders for pleasure, for costume. What sustained us, they hunt us still. We won't stop until you stop. Put your guns down. Defund the policing. Bankrupt this economy of corruptors who corrupt corruptly on the daily. Shoot them down, not with your guns, with your voices and your swords, your pens, your pencils, your iPhones. The boys at Nextel, or what was it, Reddit, these boys just bankrupted Wall Street. Think faster than the enemy, that's the Mohawk in me. Outsmart them. Barter, exchange, shoot me for that. Shoot me for that. Plant seeds. demand clean water, a patch of soil, remove the concrete, stop putting up fences on our unceded territory. We do not honor you treaty breakers, you land grabbers. I'll call you what you will. You murdered our people. But we are still here. And we'll rise up to bring the truth to the history of this land. I'm so proud of my people. I adore you, warriors, big and small. On.
I'll keep playing. Just wait. Let me put the right. Oh, sure.
so blessed, yes. No need to worry, no need to stress. I am so blessed, yes. I put the past where it belongs, 6 feet under where it belongs. Look up to the sky, ask why God loves me, and I know why. 'Cause I'm alive, 'cause I'm alive. 'Cause I'm alive, 'cause I'm alive. Let the music fill your soul. Enter every single pore. Live your life, live it right. Let the music, you use it. Feel it through my body, feel it through my soul, feel it through my heart. That is all I know. Here we are, here we are, here we are, flaws and all. Accept me for who I am, or I fall. Imperfect perfections, perfectly imperfected. I know my time will come. Let it run, let it go, let it flow. I just wanna be done with all the fear, anxiety, stress, shame, blame. I put it to rest, throw it in the trash, 'cause I'm insane in my brain, but I got nothing to lose, everything to gain. Yes.
Thank you so much to Makita and Makita's son and Dalannah and Michael and Michelle. That was so amazing. What a nice way to finish. So much collaboration. It was really beautiful. Thank you for coming, whoever, I can't see, but if people are still here, thank you for being here. Thank you to everyone that came. We're going to start packing up now. If you want to come to more Vines events, we're at Trout Lake tomorrow, and then we have more going on next week. But yes, thank you so much to all the artists, volunteers, and staff, and for the food as well. Okay, good night, everybody.